welcome back to another powerful episode of AIBiz. I'm your host Avik, and today we are diving into one of the hottest and, let's be honest, one of the most misunderstood topics out there: AI in the workplace. Yeah, you heard that correct. Is it here to replace us, or can it actually make our jobs easier? I guess most of you are thinking about this kind of questions only. And uh, how do we ensure that we are not left behind in this new wave of technology, right? So, dear listeners, to help us answer these questions, we have an incredible guest today, Sonia Couto. So, welcome to the show, Sonia.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Amazing. So, dear listeners, as you know, every day I introduce you with lovely guests. So, today I'd love to introduce you with Sonia. So, Sonia is not just a powerhouse in the tech, but she's someone who has lived the full startup journey, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. And she's a two-time tech founder, the managing director behind two global SaaS companies, and a hands-on mentor helping founders transform the chaos into scalable success. And oh, I did mention like she's done all this while navigating personal challenges, including survival of the breast cancer. So she brings a unique blend of tech wisdom and the real life grit. And I couldn't think of a better person to explore today's topic because AI exists to help make our jobs easier and not to replace us, but knowing how to use it is key. So, why do you wait? Let's get started. Welcome to the show again.
Thanks. I'm excited to be here.
Amazing. So Sonia, like a lot of people, like I was mentioning, fear that AI because they see it's a threat to their jobs. But from your experience, I mean, is this fear valid only or is just a rumor?
I think it's just fear of the unknown because of all the Hollywood movies we've watched over AI, a little bit of it.
Mm.
Um, AI, maybe in 100, 200 years, maybe it'll get to a point where it doesn't need humans as much, but AI is developed by humans, it's programmed, it's taught by humans. It always will depend on human beings. Um, is it going to replace us? No. Can it help us do our jobs better? Absolutely. It's there. That's what it's there for. It's there to help make our jobs easier, not harder.
So that's definitely true. And uh, also, like, what would you say to someone who feels that learning AI tools is too technical or kind of not their jobs?
Look, it might not be your job, but if you're not going to put in the time to learn it, you're going to fall behind because anyone who's smart enough is going to use AI to help them with their job. Like first of all, it's not that hard to train AI. It's just basically consistency. So like I use AI out of my job at least 3 4 hours a day. Like there isn't a day that goes by where I don't use it. Is it doing my job for me? No, but I can use AI to help me with social media stuff, where instead of me having to go and figure out how to do all of that myself, it'll give me some information. It helps me with research. So I want to research something, it gives me information. I want to write something, it can do all the grammar, spelling, it can help me write things. But the end result of AI is always going to be whatever it gives you, don't use that. Take what it gives you and then personalize it. It should be there as a guide to help you. Like, for example, people who want to be authors and have always wanted to write a book, but they don't know how, they can use AI to guide them on that process because there's ways to write a book. You need an intro, you need like an ending, you need the peaks in between, right? It'll help you structure out how to do that. The end result is going to be your own words written out, but you have to learn how to use it. So you prompt AI for something,
Yeah.
it gives you your answer. you're not going to use that answer. You're going to take that answer, modify it, ask it again, get another answer, and it goes back and forth a little bit until you get something that is really useful, and then you personalize it and use that so that it's not AI generated, it's just AI helping you generate your content. But things for like data entry and just research, so much. I mean, I've gotten into the point where I do custom GPTs, which is like I have like over 30, and they're so specialized now, and AI, I've been using it for so long. My AI knows me so well that everything that I now get is like a replica of me. It speaks like me, it understands me. I also took the time, I like journaling. So instead of journaling like on a notebook, I now do my journaling on GPT. And so now it knows me not just professionally, it knows me as a human being, the things that I'm feeling. Because, in your journal, you kind of like sometimes you're venting about things, sometimes you're just writing out personal things. So it knows me on the personal and the professional side. So it really can integrate everything that I ask it to into a version of me. I think that's really important.
It's really important. Thank you for sharing this. This is, I believe, yeah. I mean, I love like how you framed that, because it's less about the AI taking jobs and more about people empowering themselves with it. So that's
Hmm.
a great, great thing. Yeah, and um, it's kind of like when computers first became the mainstream,
Yeah.
those who adapted actually thrived. So,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
AI is the same thing, right? If you're not gonna adapt it, you're gonna get left behind, and then you might get replaced because you're so left behind. I think it's important for everybody to learn how to use it to a certain degree, for sure.
exactly. And I believe it's a new way of learning as well. And because learning never stops, right? So the more we learn, the more creative, or the more ways we find it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I believe this is also a great way to learn things, because it's not about AI is taking our jobs, but we are trained to train that AI how to
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
So that's yeah, definitely it is very, very true. Yeah, lovely. And like AI promises to save time, but sometimes people feel like it just adds another layer of complex. So how can businesses and individuals avoid that trap? What do you suggest?
I personally don't agree with that. I don't think it adds another level of complexity. I think if you take the time to really train it and learn how to use it, it's going to save you a ton of time. But, you have to get to the step where you know how to use it properly. And I think that's key. It's not just a matter of going into an AI tool and being like asking it a question and being and getting the result. Like you have to really learn how to use it so that you can start giving it better prompts, right? Because everything is based on a prompt. And if you're just asking it random prompts without proper structure, what you're going to get back might not be accurate, right? So it's really about taking the time to understand how to prompt it, how to create those custom GPTs, or just how to use it in general. And now there's so many different tools that are very specific to certain things. But again, like I use one AI tool that's just specifically for marketing, right? But
Correct.
I'm the human behind it. Sometimes I know that when I've asked it to do something or I've asked it a question regarding marketing, I know that what it's giving me back is not 100% accurate. So I'm not going to use it, but I will prompt it with something else that will prompt it to learn and go get the accurate information that I already know. So it does take a little bit of time to sort of like train, but it's not more time than it would take you to do a particular role, because once you get it going, it keeps getting better and better and better. And that's the thing about AI. It's machine learning in a way, right? The more you use it, the more you prompt it, the more it starts understanding the types of things that you want. And I think the key thing for me has been whenever I use AI, the final response that I end up going with. So I'll do that back and forth that I've mentioned already a couple times. And then once I get the final version that I like, I'll go through it and then I'll make it mine and I'll revise it, make sure that it's coming from me. But then I will take that final version that I'm going to use for myself and I will feed it back to AI and say,
Yeah.
hey, thanks for giving me all of these different answers for this prompt. I've modified it, and here is my final version. So that it starts learning that after all the prompts that it gave me, the final version that I ended up using after I made it personal was this. So next time you use it, it's going to already know what your final result was from the last thing, and it's going to take that into account and start using it more and more. And that's really key, like feeding it
Mm.
your final version.
Exactly. Yeah. Hmm. And also, like, if you can share a specific example where using AI actually streamlined the work and that of clients as well. No, take the name, but yeah,
Yeah, I mean, look, I do a lot of different things on my day. But like okay, I'll give you an example, like putting together a proposal for a customer, right?
yeah,
So I have, templates that I use, but every customer is unique and different. So, and I also wanted my proposals to be like salesy, right? To talk about the company and what we do and what we're offering. And I realized that what I had been using for a very long time. So I fed it to AI and I said, I want to modernize this. There's, a lot of terms and conditions in there and things that I still have to do myself, but there are generic things in there that are going to be the same for every single proposal that I put out. So I fed it into my AI and it read through the whole thing. Plus, it was a custom GPT that I had created. It already had like my business plan in there. It had like my sales presentations, everything to do with sales. I had already fed it when I created this custom GPT. So when I gave it this document and said, I want to modernize this, I want to make sure that it's speaking new language, it did the whole thing for me, but it also went through it and said, okay, maybe you should consider removing this part because it conflicts with a different part at the bottom. And, should try and changing this language so that, because right now the language in the document sounds very technical and your customer is not technical. So they're not really going to understand it. So why don't you try simplifying it? So it took this whole entire document that was like 20 pages and it basically modified the whole thing for me. It put in red what it had modified and then I took like 15 minutes to go through it, approve the things that the changes that I liked, and then just copied and pasted and had a final version. If I had to go through that 20-page document, all the terms and conditions, review the whole thing, that would have probably taken me a day or two, to be honest, because it would have been I would have had to read everything and then decide and then try to figure out what's here and what's in page 20 that is similar. And AI just did all of that for me. So it saved me so much time and it actually made my document better. The same thing when I have to meet with my board of directors, right? There are templates that I use to give them an update on everything that we're up to, particular areas of the business, finance, budgets, and things like that. So every month, it's basically the same reporting. I just have to update the information. So I put all the information, the new updated information to AI. It creates my document for me and I'm ready to go. So something that would have normally taken me like a week to do now gets done in an hour because I'm just feeding it the updated information and it's just filling it into where it needs to be, puts it in a PDF and I'm ready to go.
amazing. Yeah, that's the benefit of AI for
Yeah.
sure. That's definitely the benefit of AI.
Yeah.
Oh, and also like uh, it's it might sounds like contradictory, but it's actually not. Like some people argue that AI will inevitably reduce the jobs as it automates the processes. But
Mm.
isn't there a real risk that entire roles could disappear, or how you think? I mean, what to say?
I don't think roles will disappear. I think, like, when you talk about, let's say, software development, for example, which is a big topic right now because people think that AI is going to eliminate some of
Mm.
those risks. I was talking to a very, very, very senior developer in Silicon Valley a couple days ago. We were actually talking about this, and he said AI is not going to replace developers. AI will replace the junior developers because the junior developers have to, as a senior developer, he uses a junior developer to set up all of the stuff for him before he can start coding. He's like, now it makes it easier for me because I can just do AI to do all of that setup, and then I can just focus on the actual coding. But the coding still has to be done by a human. There's only so much that AI is going to be able to do before it can fully take over programming a software application or a phone app. Yeah, it can do it, but have you seen how it can do it? I've tried Lovable and all those tools. It's not 100%. You can't take an app built by AI and put it in the app store and expect people to start using it. Where's the payment method? Where's the gateway to process the payments? Like, it doesn't take care of all that stuff. So I think it's a little unrealistic to say that AI is going to fully take over those roles because I don't think it is. It's not there yet. And there's always going to be a human that's required. We have apps that have subscriptions. That means it's collecting credit cards. There's a gateway that has to process the payment, which means it's probably an API that has to be integrated into that app. Like, there's a lot that goes into it, and I just don't think we're at the point where AI can fully develop something like that.
Mm. Amazing. Yeah. The I
I think
mean,
I think it's smart for people, like in a developer role, to use AI to help them. Like QA role,
mm,
you can use AI tools to help you debug things. So if you have a release that went out and it was to fix a couple bugs, you don't want to test the entire system all over again to make sure that new bugs were introduced. Use an AI tool to help you do the repetitive work so you can focus on testing just the new stuff that was done, right? Still, you need the human to do that part, but use AI to help you so that you don't have to do all that manual work alone.
exactly.
I mean, I'm probably like biased because I'm a huge fan of AI and I've taken it to a whole new level. I run my life on AI now. I'm like, give me a robot. I want him. I want to take it home. I want a clone of myself. I do everything on it, even my own personal life. Like, there's my wellness I track all on AI. Making sure that I'm eating the right foods and living a healthy lifestyle for my own personal needs. Like you said, I'm a breast cancer survivor, so that's something that's really important to me. But there's a lot of things in your everyday habits and eating and medication mixing, like supplements and stuff like that. And I learned, for example, from AI, that I was actually taking my supplements wrong. I was taking things in the morning that I should be taking at night. I was mixing supplements that should never be mixed together. And I fed it a list of all of my supplements, and I said, these are all the supplements that I take on a daily basis for these different needs. Create a schedule to make sure that I'm taking them at the right time, that I'm not mixing, and that they're not counteracting against each other. And it gave me a whole schedule of what I should be taking, when I should be taking it, what it's doing to my body. And now I'm not doing harm by taking supplements is good, but again, if you're not taking them the right way, they can cause more harm than good, right? So there's another way that I'm using it just to integrate it into my life and make things easier. So I have it on my fridge. I know exactly when to take my supplements. Done. That's easy, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And like do you ever worry that by leaning too much on AI, we might lose some of the human creativity and the connections that's so important in the business?
I don't think so because here's the thing, right? AI is not creative, in my opinion. It's
Mm.
just very standard. It's robotic, right? It's going to
Yeah.
give you robotic answers and robotic things. It's really like, humans, we are creative. We're so creative that we invented AI. And I don't think AI can ever replace the creativity and the human aspect that goes into everything that we do. That I don't think will ever be replaced. No.
Exactly. Perfect. And uh, I mean, any advice you'd like to share with the listeners today?
Yeah. I mean, don't be scared of it and don't fall behind. Use it to your advantage to make you better. If you're a high functioning individual who has a million things going on in your life, or maybe you have like a full time job and a little side hustle, AI is perfect for that. It can be your personal assistant. It can keep you on track. It can help you with a lot of tedious tasks that you would normally have to do that now you don't. Use it to your benefit. But if you're not ready to integrate it into like your work, at least play around with it and see what the results are so you can start learning from it and just make the effort to understand it and see how it really works without making the assumption that I'm not going to use it because AI is going to take over the world. That's not realistic right now.
Exactly. Yeah. Amazing. Lovely. Great. So, Sonia, I mean, this conversation has been such an eye opener, and I'd love to say that um, uh, you have shown us that AI is not just about replacing humans, but it's about empowering us, freeing up
Mhm.
our time and mental space so we can focus on what really matters. So,
Yeah, like creativity.
yeah, yeah. And to everyone who is listening, here's your takeaway. Like, don't wait for that perfect moment to learn AI. Like, start small, experiment, and build your confidence over time. The future of work is not just about tech, but it's all about the people who know like
Mhm.
how to leverage it. So thank you so much, Sonia, for your insights, your stories, and the wisdom. And for all the listeners, if this episode has inspired you, share it with a friend or colleague who's feeling a little uncertain about AI, and let's help each other stay ahead and not afraid of it. So, so Sonia, if someone wants to connect with you, what will be the best medium?
They can connect with me. I have a website. It's soniacuto.com. So my first name, kudo.com. And then you can email me, reach out to me. I'm also on LinkedIn. If you put all my information in the bio notes, they can reach out. I always respond to everyone.
Right. Lovely. So great, dear listeners. I'll put all the links into the show notes for your easy reference. And with this hope, until next time, this is your host Avik reminding you that healthy mind and healthy life go hand in hand. So uh, stay curious, stay resilient, and I'll catch you soon in the next episode. So thank you so much.